Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
This podcast is part of the Neverland Network, where faith meets video games, movies, and fun. Find more shows like this at neverlandpodcast.com. Was The Mandalorian and Grogu really all that bad?
From days long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend.
The dream that came through a million years, that lived on through all the tears.
It came here, the Fandom Nexus.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to our host as he plugged in his microphone.
I have a podcast!
Here he is, your Spider-Pan, Jeremy.
Yes, I know it's been a very, very long time since we had an episode. I guess I was having an episode, and that's why we didn't have an episode. That might make sense. I understand, yes, it's been a long time, and hopefully I'm going to get through a good episode here for you today. I've got a lot of fun things that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and I'm just going to pile it all in to a couple of really big movie reviews, and also a tribute to Tom Kane. All that coming up here on the show, plus I'll explain to you a little bit why I've been missing for a while and how things are going. Hopefully we're going to step up a bit, though. Well, we do have some plans with an upcoming film. I should do something really big on it. But to kind of sum up what's going on, other than the fact that apparently I'm not the only one. My March allergies didn't really show up, but they came around in May. Like, we had a late spring, and so I've had a really bad kind of spring hay fever. And I mean, for at least a couple days, I wasn't even really able to talk. But I've had this cough that just keeps coming along. I think it's mostly better now. I'm still coughing a little bit, but that's kind of why I've been away so long. I kind of spiraled. I nearly thought I was going to have my old job back, because they had said back in November when they let me go, like, okay, when the dust settles, we want you to be able to come back and get your old job back. Well, I had applied to do that, and after 3 weeks of an interview with the new company that merged into KQ2, they gave my job to somebody else. So I spiraled into a deep depression like you wouldn't believe. Right when I was about to record an episode, my wife and I did manage to go see The Sheep Detectives, and then Philip and I did manage to go see The Mandalorian and Grogu. So I've got a couple of movie reviews for you. The Sheep Detectives is definitely fun to talk about. But then I also, like the Sunday after that all had happened, I stayed behind with Philip, because he's a pastor and everything, and had a good talk with him and everything. And he anointed my head with oil, and we prayed and we prayed and we prayed. And like another wave of my struggles here is, I've seen kind of interesting. I found on, I can't remember if it was Indeed or LinkedIn or whatever, a link to a church like 5 minutes away from my house. I mean, it's really not that far away at all. And it's one that Heather and I had went to about 20 years ago for a little while. I think there were some people that we knew that were there. We had left there when one of our old pastors had come back and was preaching over at Gashland. But they were looking for an associate pastor of youth, basically a youth pastor. And I thought, interesting. So I submitted a resume and included with a cover letter talking about all the times I've taught Sunday school and vacation Bible school throughout my life and that kind of thing. The experience I've actually even got now as a substitute teacher, which a lot of things I had as a substitute teacher. I got some cute stories I want to share with you. A lot of stuff seemed to kind of fit together. Like, well, maybe this is what God wants me to do. And so I'd applied for it, but I have since been rejected for that position because I don't have any leadership experience, basically. They didn't think I had any leadership experience, but not professionally. But I mean, I have been through some training, and I don't know. But I probably could have done the job, but I guess that's not what I'm meant to be. So I don't know where I'm meant to be at. I'm still applying different places, and the 7 months in to underemployment. I'm calling it underemployment because I have at least been substitute teaching, and I'm driving Uber right now and not building any retirement. Once again, where I've spent most of my adult life is doing kind of contract style work that I didn't get any retirement, and I've been driving. I feel like I spent most of my adult life driving, that kind of thing. Maybe I should be driving a truck or something. I don't know. But being diabetic, that might not be a great idea. But anyways, I need a sip of coffee, keep my throat warm. Tasty coffee, tasty, with a peppermint mocha creamer. Keeping my throat kind of warm and moist, so hopefully it keeps going so we can do this. But yeah, so I'm kind of been struggling with life. If you're a praying person, please continue to pray for me. And also Jonathan Johnson, as he's going through a similar thing. The only thing he's got going right now is his martial arts instructor, and he's managing, but he's been at this a lot longer than I have with being underemployed, I guess. And of course, you can find him over at Diz Radio. He's gotten that going back and strong. I haven't started putting a segment in for the Diz Radio show yet, but I'm not quite all together, I guess, to where I think I could be consistent on doing that. But he's got his show up and running. So go check that out over at Diz Radio. He's getting a lot of interesting celebrity guests, and we just had him on the show a couple episodes ago. But okay. What have I been playing? Well, you can find this actually now on the the Fandom Gamer YouTube channel. I have put up, I did a complete playthrough. It's 5 hours long. There was some DLC for the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, one called The Order of Giants. And I sat down on that and I played straight through it and recorded it. Now, the video I have doesn't have every note or every little hidden item. I have since gotten all that, so I've got all the trophies on that because I got a platinum trophy on the entire regular game. So I did want to have, I did want to get everything for the DLC as well. So I did do all that, but not all of that is video. But I do have a 5 hour video of just playing through the DLC. So that's what I've been playing. What I've been watching, during the course over these few weeks, my wife and I did sit down and binged kind of the live action One Piece series. And I got to say, there's a character named Chopper. I don't really want to say too much. He stole the show big time. Wow. Because I was kind of like, meandering through it. I was like, this isn't really capturing my attention as well as the first season did. It's not pulling me in. But then came Chopper and Chopper's backstory. And I love Chopper. Absolutely love Chopper in One Piece. My goodness. And if you haven't watched it, I don't want to spoil anything. If you have watched it, you understand what I mean. I'm sure. Right. So, but yeah, definitely One Piece on Netflix. Definitely worth a watch. Okay. So from there, I do want to move on to a little bit of news.
Spanning the Disney and geek universe to bring you the best in comics, toys, movies, and entertainment. This is news from around Neverland.
All right, so I have one news story and then one tribute, basically. So, Waka Waka, Muppets creator Jim Henson's New York City studio opens for tours for the first time. This from the New York Post. Fans can now tour Henson's Creature Shop in Long Island for $150, getting a rare look at how artisans build and stitch together the late visionary's iconic characters from the Muppets, Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, and the Dark Crystal before they hit the screen. And there were some photos of somebody who's kind of piecing together a weird little yellow Muppet. But this is a chance to go and see the place where they make the Muppets. Let's see. It says, Henson, the imaginative powerhouse behind Kermit, Miss Piggy, Big Bird, and Cookie Monster, founded the shop in the 1960s in Manhattan. It has operated from its Queens location since 2009. Oh, my gosh. And they even have a big, full size, I think that was Boober from Fraggle Rock. There's 80-minute tour runs on Saturdays, giving visitors photo opportunities with real props and creations, including Oscar the Grouch and his famous trash can from Sesame Street, the Black Throne from the Dark Crystal, and a towering giant from Fraggle Rock. Oh, my goodness. The photos here at the New York Post are fine. Multiple performers are also on hand to bring puppets to life. This is so cool. I tell you what, if I was in New York and I had $150, I would totally go and do this. Definitely would go and do this. This is really, really cool. Very, very neat. Wow. Just super cool. For anyone who's a fan of the Muppets, you would love this. Wow. This is neat. Okay, so moving on, Tom Kane passed away. He was actually kind of a local around here. I believe he lived in like Overland Park, Kansas, and not too far from, in the Kansas City area. So I've met him at a convention a couple of times. But he was one of the greatest voices in animation and modern fandom, and he quietly stepped away from performing after he suffered a stroke back in 2020. But Tom Kane's impact on pop culture is enormous, and it's still felt every day. For Star Wars fans especially, Kane became one of the defining voices of an entire generation. He narrated the Star Wars The Clone Wars with legendary opening lines like, "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." I can't quite do it as well as he did. He also voiced Yoda, Admiral Yularen, multiple clone troopers, background announcers, and narration across the franchise. And to many fans, his version of Yoda became second only to Frank Oz. In fact, though, he played Yoda more than Frank Oz did. His performance balanced wisdom, warmth, humor, and the ancient weariness of the Jedi Master perfectly. But Kane's career stretched far beyond Star Wars. He was everywhere in animation and gaming, often in roles people instantly recognized without realizing it was the same actor. Some of his best-known work includes Professor Utonium in the Powerpuff Girls, Magneto in Wolverine and the X-Men, the narrator of Dragon Ball Z promos and game content, roles in World of Warcraft, and roles throughout the Call of Duty series. Behind the scenes, fellow actors often describe Tom Kane as incredibly professional, humble, and supportive of younger talent. Voice acting fans admired his unbelievable range. He could sound wise, terrifying, comforting, commanding, or hilarious, depending upon the role. And after his stroke caused aphasia that affected his speech, Kane officially retired from voice acting in 2024. Fans across animation, gaming, and sci-fi communities responded with an outpouring of appreciation for the joy and imagination his performances brought to their lives, according to People.com. And for many fandom communities, Tom Kane wasn't just part of the background of childhood. His voice was a soundtrack for it.
Mama, another gator got in the house.
Another gator? Give me that shovel. Come here.
Get him, Mama. Get that gator.
The Neverland Trailer Park.
Now, there's probably been some other trailers I've watched since last time. I'm not getting any audio. Oh, there we go. Hang on, let me restart this.
It's hard to believe what's not waiting for me. Someone I lost. Someone special.
The X-Men are scattered through time. In the past, from the start of Apocalypse's reign, to the future at the height of his rule.
The X-Men. I must strike them at their most vulnerable. The 1990s.
Jeez, could have at least bought me a drink first.
X-Men back to the 90s.
You fight a battle that cannot be won against the dawn of an age that cannot be stopped.
This isn't just about us. It's about everyone we've lost.
From the beginning of time to the reaches of tomorrow, we stand together, right here, right now. I believe in the X-Men.
We're back, baby.
All right, so this is coming to Disney Plus, streaming on July the 1st. I don't know if by then I'm going to have my Disney Plus account reactivated or not, because I want a solid job before I reactivate a lot of my accounts. So this looks cool, though. This looks very cool. I'm not all that keen on the new voice for Apocalypse. I mean, they did the same effects to the guy's voice, but You can tell it's a different actor, and he doesn't have the same gravitas and over-the-top whatever that Apocalypse had in the 97 series. Or in the original 90s series. It's just not the same. So, I mean, I'm not 100% there with him. But overall, I mean, this looks like an exciting show for season 2. And I kind of would like to see it. Like Spider-Man Noir is actually on Amazon Prime, which I don't think I have access to because I have an Amazon account, but not a Prime account. So I think I'm going to have to go over to Philip's house and we'll watch it because he's got a Prime account. So we'll figure that out. So maybe I'll watch it on Disney Plus over at Philip's. We'll watch X-Men. We'd have a good time watching X-Men. We'll watch the first episodes in the 90s over here at, well, not at my house here where I'm at now, but my house when I was, young teenager where I grew up. We watched the first episode together on a Halloween. It was fun. So it'd be kind of fun to watch the new X-Men season over with Philip. So maybe we'll do something like that. But I did find some other trailers real quick that I didn't expect to have any more than one trailer, but a couple of new ones have popped up. And one of them is we got an official trailer for The End of Oak Street, which I've been curious about. It looks like a time travel thing, but let's have a look.
Anybody else see that weird light last night?
What weird light?
The wind was blowing all crazy. Starbuck was freaked out and barking.
Could have been lights from a helicopter.
Or a UFO. Aliens.
Shut up, Dad.
Water's not working.
Looks like the whole neighborhood's lost power.
What the hell is that?
We can't leave.
I think that our neighborhood, our house, our whole street has moved.
How the hell is that even possible?
Get out of there! Run!
What the hell's going on?
Get inside now!
I just heard a gunshot!
I don't need you to worry for me, 'cause I'm alright.
Gather supplies. Grab anything you can use as a weapon. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna survive. God's not gonna let us die here.
Greg, you only go to church at Christmas and now you're telling the kids God's looking out for us?
What about the people who are out there getting eaten?
So written and directed by David Robert Mitchell, brought to you by Bad Robot and J.J. Abrams. The End of Oak Street coming out from Warner Brothers. So this it appears to be like time travel, like this entire street in a suburban neighborhood suddenly finds itself in prehistoric dinosaur times. So it's I don't know if this person's being serious. Somebody's commented here on YouTube, says a dinosaur movie that doesn't remind me of the other dinosaur franchise, and they have a heart symbol. I don't know if they're being serious because it does remind me a lot of a Jurassic Park film. But the added thing in here is I'm curious how they time traveled, and there's a whole mystery there. So that's worth looking into. I mean, so I'm like, all right, cool. A time travel thing. So I guess I can go with them on that one. Here's the thing. Masters of the Universe official final trailer was 12 days ago, right? I think it's been over 12 days since we got on there. And you know what? So I'm going to play the audio of this one, too.
Adam, when you hold the magic sword, what do you say?
By the power of Grayskull.
Go on.
prodigal prince has returned. I am a devil, but I mean to be a god.
What am I supposed to do?
You are he who will restore peace to Eternia.
Skeletor took my family, and he destroyed our world. I'm gonna fight for it. Mechaneck. And Ram Man.
Hell yeah!
And you, Fisto!
Mr. Allen!
It's Adam, dude.
Hey, put your neck away. Let me show you what real power looks like.
Our time for talk is over.
Can you come help me with this? Whoa.
It is quite heavy, so if you could just...
Oh my god, yeah.
So Master Universe coming June 5th. I have plans to go. Philip and I are going. So we'll have a review for that. Also, in watching movies with my pastor, we're planning to watch the old 1987 Masters Universe and covering that one. Okay, one more thing that I haven't watched yet. There's a final trailer for Toy Story 5. Let's have a listen.
Turn it off! I can't! It's unresponded! And I have plastic fingers! It's good to be back.
Shiny.
What?
Nothing.
Someone needs a brown marker. It's been too long, Woody.
Came here as fast as I could after Jesse called for help.
Oh, thank you.
We've got it handled. Look, Star, Deputy, me, no Star.
Oh, hey, Buzz, what is that?
What? Where?
Ow.
Hey,
I'm gonna let this device know how things are run around here.
try to stay calm, Jesse.
I'm the definition of calm.
That's not gonna work.
I want to talk to you, device.
Not touching, Jessica.
Oh, no.
She used the J word.
Scandal. Hi! Oh, come on!
She's getting away, Buzz!
Enjoy the garage, Stuffalo Bill.
Stuffalo Bill.
First we were playing, and then the world started changing. No. Oh, are we getting donated?
Donut.
No, sweetie. Donated.
Bonnie doesn't want to play with toys anymore. She needs me.
Jesse, you know Bonnie better than anyone. What does your gut say?
Bonnie still needs us. Our time ain't over yet.
We're gonna need backup. Affirmative, Commander.
No way.
Come on, Bullseye!
Hey, wait for us!
You got a friend
Clear!
Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5. Only in theaters June 19th. Tickets available now.
Yeah, you know what? They kind of pulled me in. I kind of want to check it out. I didn't think I was going to be interested, but I am.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe will be back right after these messages.
Imagine standing in the crowd as Jesus heals the broken. Imagine hearing his voice speak words of hope. In The Compassionate Christ, Sherry Hughes Gregg brings scripture to life through 31 immersive devotional stories inspired by the lives Jesus transformed. Discover a Savior whose kindness, mercy, and love are deeper and more personal than you ever knew. Walk with Jesus and experience his heart. The Compassionate Christ. Available wherever books are sold.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Are you a fan of Adventures in Odyssey, Lamplighter Theater, or Jonathan Park? Want to join other fans for discussions or behind-the-scenes info about these shows? Or maybe you're looking for more great audio drama to listen to with your family. Do you enjoy hearing exclusive interviews with the cast and crew of your favorite shows? Then Audio Theater Central is the podcast for you. I'm JD Sutter. Since 2010, Audio Theater Central has been exploring the family-friendly audio drama world through news, reviews, and interviews. Join me and a rotating cast of co-hosts each month for another episode featuring the latest updates, in-depth reviews of new releases, and conversations with the actors, writers, directors, sound designers, and composers who create your favorite audio dramas. And maybe we'll introduce you to some great shows you've never heard of before. Find us at audiotheatercentral.com or in your favorite podcast app. That's audiotheatercentral.com.
And now back to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
All right, let's take a quick moment to talk a little bit about Dubby. So Dubby, of course, if you happen to be a gamer, you want some energy drinks that's not going to give you the jitters, go to Dubby.gg using the discount code Neverland. In fact, I got a coupon code, a link right there at neverlandpodcast.com, home of the Neverland Network of Podcasts. Click on that one. It'll take you straight in there, straight in to get your discount. Pick from all kinds of different flavors. It's a powder you mix with water. You can even get some little sippy cups. Well, not a sippy cup, but you know what I mean. Get a tumbler. Get yourself a cup to kind of mix your drinks in. Get some energy the healthy way without getting the jitters. And that is Dubby. All righty. Now, I have a couple of movie reviews for you.
Want to see a movie?
Yeah, any good?
It was bad? I'm fuzzy on the whole good-bad thing.
My eyeballs could have been sucked from their sockets.
I like it a lot.
The best movie ever made.
A Fandom Nexus movie review.
Okay, now y'all know I was excited for the Sheep Detectives. I've talked about it when I first found the trailer, so my wife and I did get a chance to go. So the Sheep Detectives is a family mystery comedy. It's directed by Kyle Balda, written by Craig Mazin. It's based on a 2005 novel called Three Bags Full by Leonie Swan. The film mixes live-action performances with CGI sheep characters. It was released by Amazon MGM Studios in North America and Sony Pictures, releasing internationally on May 8th. Now, the movie is adapted from Three Bags Full. It's a quirky murder mystery novel where a flock of sheep tries to solve the murder of their shepherd after overhearing him read detective novels aloud every night. The English translation became a cult favorite because it balanced humor with surprisingly thoughtful observations about animal intelligence and behavior. One of the most interesting things about the book is that Swan intentionally wrote the sheep as believable animals rather than cartoon humans. Fans of the novel on Reddit have pointed out that the sheep's misunderstandings of human behavior are part of what made the story unique and emotionally resonant. And the film originally carried a much longer Three Bags Full, a sheep detective movie, before being retitled as The Sheep Detectives during production. So this has Hugh Jackman as George Hardy, the murdered shepherd, Nicholas Braun as Officer Tim Derry. Oh my goodness, he was so good. He was so funny. Nicholas Galitzine, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, as reporter Elliot Matthews. Yes, that is our new He-Man, by the way, having a part in this as well. Molly Gordon as Rebecca Hampstead, Hong Chow as Beth Pennock, Emma Thompson as Lydia Harbottle, and Tosin Cole as Caleb Merrow. The sheep, we have Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Lily, Bryan Cranston as Sebastian, Chris O'Dowd as Mopple, Regina Hall as Cloud, Patrick Stewart as Sir Richfield, Bella Ramsey as Zora, Riz Darby as Wool Eyes, and Brett Goldstein as twins Reggie and Ronnie. Kind of an all-star cast, really, going on here. Now, producer Lindsay Doran reportedly introduced Craig Mazin to the novel years before production even began. Mazin said that he was fascinated by how smart, moving, and philosophical the story was. Even after the first draft was written, it reportedly took nearly a decade to secure the rights and get the film moving. Producers were Working Title Films, Lord Miller Productions, and Three Strange Angels. Executive producers included Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, known for projects like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and the Lego movies. Good credentials right there for making good family fun and comedy. Principal photography took place during the summer of 2024 in several English countryside locations, including Buckinghamshire, Hertfordshire, Oxfordshire, and Surrey. Some filming was done at Shepperton Studios. The sheep were created, of course, CGI visual effects by Frame Store and Clear Angle Studios. Reviews frequently mention the challenge of blending realistic ship with expressive performances, and a score was composed by Christoph Beck, known for work on Frozen and Ant-Man. Now, critics have been comparing this to Babe, and I was even doing so looking from it because of the emotional stalking animal storytelling. Very emotional. It'll pull your heartstrings. Very strong early critic scores are around 96%. Some reviewers have praised the film for unexpectedly tackling grief, memory, and animal consciousness beneath the family comedy surface. Fans online have been especially enthusiastic about the unusual premise and the stacked voice cast. Now, I loved it. Now, I got to say, the solution to the mystery, I found a part of it a little far-fetched, and I was leaning towards a completely different suspect, and I kind of got tricked. It kind of threw me off there. So I did see one reviewer say that he kind of predicted it early on, and he was correct. I'm not sure what he saw or he thought he had it. I got myself kind of confused in the evidence to how they found the real killer. Like I said, I found it to be a bit far-fetched, but of course we are dealing with, of course the sheep aren't talking to humans. The sheep are only talking to each other. All the humans are hearing, bah, that kind of thing. And that's part of what made it fun is the sheep are trying to help, but they're still just animals and just sheep, and they're trying to find ways that they can help while they're just being sheep. And it is a delightfully fun movie. I hope it might still be in theaters right now. I mean, it has been about a month. These things don't stick around. They end up on streaming. But this is definitely one that I will purchase when it becomes available because I just loved it and I want to watch it again and watch for the clues as the second watch through. Just great fun, great time at the movies, and I really needed it. We went and saw it right at the time that I'd gotten rejected to get my old job back, so I needed something a feel-good kind of movie like this. Although it's a feel-good movie, but it is emotional, it is sad at times, it is funny. You'll feel every emotion possible. Great movie. Definitely, if you have the chance to go see it, if you haven't already, go out and see it. So now, second movie review, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, this one was getting some flack before it even came out a long time ago. And one thing that I've managed to determine is if you wanted to hate it, you were just going to hate it. You were predetermined to hate it. And so there's rage bait type YouTube video and stuff where he's like, oh, I'm mad about this. And so you should be mad too. But the accusations they were making about the film, and I didn't watch the videos. I was just seeing what they were posting up on their screen. One person referring to Sigourney Weaver as a girl boss, but no, Sigourney Weaver is a colonel in the New Republic Army. That's, she's not girl bossing nothing. She was being Sigourney Weaver as an awesome character. I didn't have a problem with any character in this. This was pure fun. It's not a deep story. It's not as epic as a typical Star Wars thing. It is very small scale compared to like an epic galactic battle or anything. It is a small level. It is basically, a lot of people describe it as seeing a season 4 of the series, and the stories of pretty much kind of episodic, and you're following a bounty hunter as he's collecting a bounty, and we're on a bounty hunting mission with the Mandalorian and Grogu. It's just a typical adventure, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. The action sequences are good. It's fun. It's funny. There was a time that just seemed to slow down just a little bit, but I might have been just tired because I've been getting up at like 2:00 in the morning to get some early morning Uber done because some of the early morning trips are high paying jobs. And my goal is to get at least $100 or so on a half a tank of gas early in the morning, then come home and try to work towards finding myself a regular job. So I kind of get tired in the evening. So that might have been part of it, but I was still having a good time. And there's a lot of great throwbacks. There's even, I forgot. Oh, the game board. I forgot the name of it. There's even a throwback to that. And if you really look, you'll see the game board there. You'll even see some creatures from that game board that from the original movie from Star Wars that Chewie and 3PO were playing. Yeah, there's a definite throw into there, which was fun to see. And it might have been just a lot of nostalgia. A lot of it was, I think, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau kind of trying to tap back into like, hey, remember when Star Wars was fun when you were little and you used to see this stuff? Here's some of that fun stuff just for fun. They're just trying to have a good time with you in the Star Wars universe, and they succeeded. You're just going to have a good time. Just go take out all preconceived notions or any rage bait you might have heard, and just go expecting to just have fun. You're not going to see a deep Star Wars film. You're just going to go and watch a fun story with the Mandalorian and Grogu. Simple as that. But I do have some production background and behind the scenes. So this is the first theatrical Star Wars since Rise of Skywalker in 2019. And this is a continuation, of course, of the series. This expands a little bit with Din Djarin and Grogu's story, and Grogu has definitely experienced some growth, and we get to see some great bits where he's kind of on his own and having to do some things. It released on May 22nd, takes place during the New Republic era following the fall of the Empire. So originally Lucasfilm intended to produce a 4th season, but there was delays in the 2023 Hollywood strikes, so the studio decided to pivot towards theatrical movie instead, and you can tell. But Favreau and Filoni saw the movies as an opportunity to give the characters a larger cinematic scale, expand practical effects in the action sequences, and bring Star Wars back to theaters through characters audiences already loved. Favreau has described Din and Grogu's future as wide open canvas, suggesting more stories may follow beyond this film, depending upon how much money it makes. And right now, it's unfortunately not making the money it needs to, as it hasn't made back its budget. But you know what? You have the chance to change that. If you have not yet seen this, go ahead and take the family out to it. Believe me, just go in there with the mindset like, okay, well, you know what? Let's just have a fun time and eat some popcorn and just have a good time at the movies. And you will have fun with it if you're not sitting there trying to come up and invent things to criticize. Because like I said, if you go in with the mindset that you're going to hate it, then you'll find reasons to hate it. You'll make excuses to hate it. But if you just go in there like, let's keep an open mind. Let's just go have some fun. You're going to have some fun. Now, there is one moment kind of near the beginning that I'm like, why didn't Grogu just use the Force here? But I won't get into details on that because I don't want to ruin anything. But there is like one moment there. But overall, the rest of it was fun. Of course, it says Pedro Pascal, Grogu as himself, Johnny Coyne as the Imperial Warlord Lord Jandu, and Steve Bloom returning as Zeb. Yes, good old Zeb from Star Wars Rebels. He's in this. We, of course, have Sigourney Weaver in there as a New Republic leader of Colonel Ward, Jeremy Allen White as the voice of Rada the Hutt, which I don't want to get into too much details and that spoil anything. We also have Matthew Willing as one of the Warlord's enforcers. Now, Weaver said she joined the film because she was impressed by the emotional relationship between Din and Grogu and appreciated the movie's blend of action and heart. It's a father and son story, really, when we get into these two. But there's a lot of practical effects. One of the biggest production stories surrounding the film has been Lucasfilm's continued use of practical effects. Grogu remains a sophisticated animatronic puppet rather than a full CGI creation. Actor Johnny Coyne compared the puppeteers to the Jim Henson Company tradition, saying Grogu was treated as alive even between takes. Fans and crew members have praised full-size practical creature suits, physical droids, large-scale sets, and miniature-inspired production design. Adam Savage visited the set and noted that Favreau constructed huge practical environments inspired by the same retro-futuristic aesthetics that influenced George Lucas in the original trilogy. There's a massive AT-AT battle sequence. There's a snow fortress assault as part of that whole thing. Large practical sets designed for IMAX presentation. And early descriptions even compared to some of the opening action to a very John Wick-style infiltration scene. The music is pretty good. It's Ludwig Göransson. Not sure if I say that. Who created the theme for The Mandalorian. He's been recording stuff since, the original series, but recording sessions began in Los Angeles in early 2026 for this theme. Kathleen Kennedy is listed as a producer, but main producer as Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and of course Ian Bryce. Writers included Favreau, Filoni, and Noah Clore, sorry. But overall, I had a good time. Philip loved it even more than I did. Philip, of course, is a lot even more forgiving than I am. And he had a lot, because he's even enjoyed like that last Raiders or Indiana Jones movie and some other stuff that I have not been able to enjoy. Philip has enjoyed. He just goes to the movie to have fun. He doesn't care. He's just going to have a good time. And this one, I kind of went and was like, well, let's just see what they got for me. And I ended up having fun because I kept an open mind about the whole thing and just had a good time with it. And if you do the same, I promise you, I think you'll have fun. Your whole family will have some fun with this. Okay, let me remind you about Podgagement. You'll find that, of course, at NeverlandPodcast.com. Podgagement is Daniel J. Lewis, the award-winning podcaster. It's his business. If you happen to have a podcast, he's got all the tools you need for success. Now, I do want to make sure that I thank Karen Kennedy, Ricky Pope of Christian Nerds Unite, Darren Wilhite of the Wilhite and Well Show. They helped me out with the introduction. Don't forget to email us at podcast@NeverlandPodcast.com. Follow me on X at NeverlandPcast. We're on Facebook as the Fandom Nexus. Also, on our group is still under Neverland Podcast. Also, find the Fandom Gamer on YouTube and join the Neverlanders there at NeverlandPodcast.com. And don't forget, you can donate through Patreon. And if a show like this has been a part of your life over these last 12 to 13 years, you want to help keep it growing, help keep me going, especially at a time like now, you can join our Patreon. Even $5 a month helps keep the lights on and helps us grow towards a bigger project. And also, Red Circle, you can become an exclusive member there. And that's a good way to remove ads on Patreon and stuff. You also can get episodes early, whatever I managed to get an episode early. This I'm kind of recording later than I should, so I'm going to just release this to everybody. But when I can get an episode out early, I'll get out like a Wednesday episode, and then everybody else gets it on Sunday. So you'll do get that, and you'll get an ad-free episode like I mentioned before. So it's definitely worth it. It helps you, it helps me, and of course, if you leave reviews, I haven't looked to see if I've gotten any new ones. I like to read reviews here, and also we'll give a shout out to Patreon members. No copyright infringement is intended, and copyright is held by the respective owners. Content is shared for review and commentary purposes under fair use license. So now, get lost in an adventure.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.